I've always loved French style. As you can see from my dining room, I'm incorporating French colors, and today I'm going to have some friends over for a French country luncheon. So I thought I'd talk with you a little bit about how I pull together the place settings and the table so that it really feels like we're in Provence when we're dining together. My first decision is whether I go with placemats or a tablecloth. I happen to have a table that has a lot of inlaid wood and it's very old looking. So sometimes I just use a placemat. This particular placemat is really great because it has Provençal pattern on both sides. Normally I would use the red side because of all the different napkins and everything that I'm using on the table, the patterns. Today though, I've decided to use a tablecloth. And I'll give you a little tip on tablecloths. It's not always easy to find the exact size that you want in the exact colors that you want. What I did find, however, was a coverlet, a twin size bed coverlet that I love the pattern on. I bought it thinking, okay, this is going to be great for this table. And when I got it home, I realized it was a little short on the length. So I bought another coverlet, because the coverlets are so inexpensive, and if you were buying this quilted fabric, it would cost a lot more. So I bought another coverlet and just trimmed the edges off of it and added that to the end of the twin coverlet, and now it fits my table perfectly. So let's put this down and I'll show you how pretty it looks when it's all together. Also, a thing to remember, and I notice this in restaurants, when there is tablecloths, it really makes the room quieter. And although we have a rug under the dining room table, there's nothing on the walls. I don't have drapes in here, so there's nothing to absorb the sound. So I really find that having a tablecloth, particularly a quilted tablecloth, makes a difference. It's nice and cozy, and it's nice and quiet. So you can see how a little bit of this gold, this ochre color, is going to show on either side of the table, but that's okay. And I just go to the end of the table and just make sure it's even on both sides. And there we go, I'm all set. The next layer is your plates. So what I'm doing today is I've got these great large plates, which I love. That will be the base plate that I'll serve quiche and salad on. That's what that will be for. So I've got some pretty green plates. They don't match exactly, but that's okay. The bottom plate has leaves on it. The next plate has dragonflies on it, and then I've got these great little French soup bowls because I'm starting with soup today, and that will go in the middle. Next, we've got our glasses. And because I don't want to bother with a lot of them, I'm just doing this goblet. It has a little green tint to it. That picks up the green that's in the tablecloth and the green that's in the place settings. You could go with a lot of pattern, but today what I'm going to do is I've got these pretty French, they've got little gray, olive branches in the center, napkins. Give them a shot of starch if you need to. I did this earlier today just to give them a little more body. And I just lie it down and literally pick it up in the center and drop it like this. Turn it upside down. Turn the bottom up a little bit, because I find that when people don't do this, the napkins kind of flop over the glass and they really look like they're kind of limp. And I just tuck them in like that. Then I add my silverware, which is easy. And then I'll show you the last step, which I think you'll really like. I love having a special place marker. That way people know where you would like them to sit, and you can kind of orchestrate the table. If there's people that are better conversationalists, with people that are a little quieter, or folks that you would like to meet and you would like them to get to know each other better, you have a little more control that way. And this is a really easy way to do a place marker. I get pairs, and I just take little cards and cut them, put the name on it, and then just set it right into the bowl. I'll go to the store and I will buy little note cards that might go, they're little gift enclosure cards. I try to find them that have patterns. These three happen to be in one package. Then I found these great scissors that you can get at craft stores, and they actually have a jagged edge on it, so that when you cut with them, you end up with this great jagged edge. You can probably see it against my dark dress. And I cut the top and I cut the bottom, handwrite the person's name on it, and you're ready to go. The last piece on the table, the last layer on the table, is the centerpiece. And I'll do that after I get everything else set up. Now that I've got the table set, I want to think about the arrangements that I'm going to have in the room. I've decided on the break front behind me that I'm just going to use an old French dough bowl that I had and fill it with additional pears. That kind of ties in the pears that I'm using as the place setting cards with the pears back here, and it brings in the yellow, and since it's a luncheon, it's a little more casual. But we have to think about what's going to go in the middle of the table. So you could do a line of candles. You could do sunflowers would be perfect. I've also combined sunflowers with artificial flowers at times with dried arrangements, and that's kind of a quick way. You can go to the grocery store and get inexpensive flowers and then just put them into dried arrangements that you already have. But today I have a dried arrangement that I'm going to use. It's on the table all the time, whether I'm entertaining or not. And I love the colors. It looks very French. It goes with this tablecloth perfectly, and I don't have to do anything to it. One thing to remember is you want to be sure not to get anything too high when you're choosing your centerpiece for the table. You want to make sure that people have eye contact over it, and there's nothing worse than having to kind of dodge around to talk to the person across from you because you just can't see them because there's a bunch of stems in front of you or a vase or whatever. So keep it low, keep it coordinated in the color family, and just make it easy for yourself. So that's how I pull together the French look for a French country luncheon in my own dining room. And I'm looking at my watch and my guests are about ready to arrive, so I'm going to go into the kitchen and start cooking.